Howdy y'all, welcome back to Neat Junk. Today we have another vinyl lot I just picked up at a garage sale in Torrington, Connecticut, and I paid only $360 and a little bit of car maintenance. Because on the way in, well, let's just say I paid the man $260 for about half this lot. And then basically he said, all right, why don't you give me $100 more for the rest, which is the other half. And I basically thought, okay, I got to go to the bank, I got to come back. And as I'm coming back and entering the house, or entering the driveway, I sort of come up against the lady's car, it's the niece of the estate sale, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they were too nice about it to the point where I had to force them to like take my information, and so I could, hopefully pay for their buff, because they had to just buff their tail a little bit. But it really wasn't that bad. All that to say is, welcome back. We're gonna check out this lot. I have it. It's mine. We're gonna see if there's any gems in here. And I'll try to go through it as a kind of a non-motion sickness status as I can. But y'all, this is, it's all in weird order. And we got a mixture of everything in here. It's a lot of rock. That's for sure. It's a lot of rock. It's going to be a lot of listing because I sell full-time on eBay, and we have an antique booth. Unfortunately, we got some water damage on that one. And yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in here. Sure, I have my own collection like everybody else, but can't keep everything, as they say. And for the quantity in here and for the overall quality, I couldn't really argue with the price, because he was originally saying he was going to be asking $3 a record, and at that point the guy's just trying to wheel and deal, y'all. I'm stoked for anybody else who was there, because there's video games, toys, all this other stuff, but you got to kind of pick your battles at a place like this. And it sounded like let's check out the condition of some of these. What the heck is up with that? Anybody know what's going on there? Some art project. All right, let's check the actual vinyl condition, because he did say that the actual vinyl condition was pretty good for most part. And the random spot check on this one is pretty good. I'm not seeing anything that I'm crying about besides the weird, customization. But yep, a lot of Beatles in here, a lot of Stones. There's 2 copies of Sgt. Pepper's back to back. Can't really argue with such a thing. Sure, I'm gonna have to go through and grade all of these records, but that's a cool ass picture disc right there. This might be a long video, but I'm here for it. Geez. Get some heat gun to that sticker later. Guy must have really been a Goodwill freak. Multiple copies. That's the funny part, is that there's multiple copies of everything. Like, let's check out the condition of this one here. Got the inner sleeve. And the actual vinyl, y'all. Oof. When I say oof, I'm kind of just in a good way. It's really pretty overall clean. It's glary out here, so you're seeing everything in its all glory. But put that back. I know there's a bunch of jazz and like sort of soul in there. Cult. I'm not too familiar, but I'm gonna get familiar. And then there's a lot of bands in here and such that I'm not really familiar with. What the heck is going on here? Factory records. I'm going through this basically for the first time, because I mostly bought this blind. Not really. I did go through a bunch, but at the end of the day, you can't go through every single record and just think, Weird stuff, y'all. So today was actually the townwide tag sale day for Torrington CT, which is where we're at today. And yeah, I mean, I'm trying to make this video as you know, you could take it in as much as possible without losing your damn mind. Some sealed stuff, probably not going to sell for much, but condition is everything, y'all. I'll list a $5 record if it's sealed and it's easy to photo and everything. But what I won't list is, I guess, an empty cover or completely, oh crap, that's empty too, but it's awesome. And maybe I will list an empty cover if it has value. But, you know, Carpenters, if this record is all scratched up, that's going to be a hard sell with, you know, that moldy kind of looking stuff there. Speaking of mold, we got issues. This whole section, it's alright. We'll make up for it. Blues Magoos too, huh? I don't see that every day. Police, back to back police. The mold is gone. Is that custom? Yeah. I don't know. This one's custom, but this one looks official. And yeah, we got a box. Let's open the box, the mystery box, huh? What is in the mystery box? Nothing good. Nothing good. All right. What's in the mystery bag? Looks like it's all backwards. Let me turn that around. Skinny puppy, huh? I'm not too familiar. Does this look better? Maybe this. Maybe we'll do this. That's better. What do you think? The wide vision is probably a little better for this, huh? You could actually see the damn records. A lot of this stuff I'm not really familiar with. I mean, well, Three Dog Night, yeah, whatever. But a lot of this stuff you just don't see every day, so. Oh, we're getting stuck in the truck. We're getting stuck in the truck. Meet the Beatles. That's cool. Houses of the Holy Inner. All right, we'll move on from this zone here. Give me 1 second while I adjust this. Oh, I locked it in the bin. All right, part 2, y'all. I'm back. What do we got in here? I love the amount of Fleetwood Mac in here. We sell Fleetwood Mac at our antique booth like crazy. I have to turn this bin around. It looks like I'm going the wrong way. I don't know. This is all messed up right now. Very white. Jackie Jackson. Night Ranger, Molly Hatchet. What are y'all thinking? Are you seeing the 360 that I spent coming back to me? Or did I just make a mistake? I think we did pretty good. What the heck is that? Something I don't recognize once again. Lifestyles. Interesting. Had him in. Grand Funk. We're gonna have to make some adjustments here as we go. I mean, I'm not seeing anything that's gonna change my life, but I am just seeing a lot of stuff that sells for me. A lot of stuff that won't sell necessarily for me either, but some Stevie Ray Vaughan sealed, that's gonna do good. Stevie Ray Vaughan stuff sells basically immediately. Genesis sealed, that's interesting. Stevie Nicks sealed. What else? What else? I'm excited, y'all. Hopefully the camera angle is doing somewhat of a justice to this lot, because there's a lot to go through. Raekwon, Carpenters, Stevie Wonder. I got Stevie Wonder up the ass here. Santana, that's interesting. Modern Scream. Quincy Jones. David Lee. No, David Johansen. Okay. I was thinking Lee Roth. Not the same guy though. That's cool. That looks familiar. I recognize this. Why do I recognize this? Is that song that's just like super wow, wow, wow? Tell me in the comments. Did I get that one right? Elton John, Uncle Dirty? No. Yeah, the Uncle Dirty primer. Don't know what that is. Interesting. Shaft. Oh, Ozzy. Blizzard of Oz. KC, New Riders. Wow. That's a nice little box. Which box should we enter into next? This is the one I first looked at. This is the one they first brought out at the garage sale when I asked about records. So I guess we'll go through this one next and see what I was excited about. Tom Petty, you don't see that every day. Another copy of Rumors. And once again, that's a $25 record all day in the booth. More Queen. Mystery bag. All right, we'll go through this first. Then we'll take apart the mystery bag. Some junk in here, junky junk. But that's sealed. Mom's Mabel, yeah. I mean, it's not gonna go for much, I guarantee you that. Same with this, but when it's sealed, I'm just gonna list it. Interesting. Cool. Another picture disc. Somebody I didn't recognize, to be honest with you. And what a morning it's been. I got up at 6 or so, basically just ready to go, and went to the flea market. Found nothing at the Woodbury flea market. I didn't let that discourage me because I knew there was a whole town-wide tag sale up in Torrington here. A little questionable corner, but it's a Pink Floyd record. That's cool. Let's go through this bag. Let's take out the bag. We got Clapton. Yeah, let's take out the rest of the bag. It's not a bad looking bag. Sticks. Hamish and Lake. Billy Idol. Tracy Chapman. CCR, baby. I mean, when it's in this good condition, it's like, man. This guy told me too, he was like, he's sold some on eBay, this and that. I'm like, well, then why aren't these on eBay? And he's like, this is a tag sale. And that's all I wanted to hear. All this stuff in the shrink too, say less. Another, I don't see this Pink Floyd record or not Pink Floyd, freaking Zeppelin. A lot of Joel. I have a lot of Joel in stock, but I don't think I've ever seen this record. But I pretty consistently keep Billy Joel stocked on eBay because it's just so common. But people buy it. People buy it. Bananarama, that's cool. Phil Collins, another easy seller. That's just not the most exciting to me, but I'll take it. Journey. Another freaking picture disc here. That's cool. Nobody really collects Chicago. I'm sorry, Chicago fans. Steely Dan, baby. That's cool. I love rock and roll. What can I say? Clapton. Let's go into my next box here. Alright. So we're gonna have to do this one a little differently. I'll pull them out and maybe I'll display some of these. Lover Boy. Boost. England. More Rolling Stones, baby. Sold that one millions of times. And when I say millions, probably a handful. Let's get this more situated so I can keep adventuring through this lot here. Ozzy will have to go back in there in the middle. Even though I wanted him on top so I could basically just listen to that when I get back home. Tom Paxton, not familiar. Al Cooper, that looks like a cool cover, but Donovan, don't have that record. Might be well, we'll listen to it. Might be a keeper. I'm debating on keeping or selling my Donovan records. I love them. Like, I'll keep all the psychedelic ones for sure, but the singer-songwriter stuff doesn't really do it for me the same way. I should be going to the post office right now. I took a damn nap yesterday and missed my opportunity. So now I have about 20 or so packages at home waiting to go out that need to get out today. Just things that are on my mind as I'm in the back of my truck going through vinyl records. And that'll sell in the booth. Is that another Loverboy? I guess I could lot them up because Loverboy don't go for much, I'm sorry to say. Spyro Gyra. I always want to say Gyro. They should have just went with Gyro. I'm just saying. That's cool. I think I have this one, or if not, that's a good compilation. Really looks like I'm tossing these things around, but I'm being somewhat gentle. Don't you worry. Moody Blues. I don't see that 2-pack every day. That's cool. Some more Stones. Some more Stones. David Becker Tribune, not familiar. Also not familiar with this promo LP there. Alright. Getting back here. We got Styx, Elvis Costello, Sergio. Speaking of Sergio, I just watched, what's it called? Pop Goes the 60s cover. Sergio Mendes' career, and Pop Goes the 60s, if you're into really music in general, but 60s music especially, it's a definite YouTube channel recommend, because he goes deep into these bands that not a lot of people are willing to touch. Tim Curry, Go-Go's, and I saw another Go-Go's in there, yep. Best of Blondie. Not too familiar. Not too familiar. That's cool. That's fun. I like that. Another culture club. Dime a dozen with them culture clubs. Benatar. What do we got in this box here? More Stevie Wonder. Empty. Beach Boys. Another copy of Blackfoot, I believe they're called. Interesting. Reggae, you don't see that every day. I like the way that looks. Another copy of Rumors, which, goddamn, I mean, take it. Dickie Williams. I'm not familiar with you, Dickie. Let me make this a little bit more palatable. What do y'all think? Another sealed copy of that thing. The Who, Hooligans. Jimmy Cliff. Meet the Monkees. That's cool. Tom Club. There's that pink again. Never heard of this. Luscious Pink or something? The Damned. Okay. Now we're getting into something here. Steely Dan, more Steely Dan. More Poco. I'll have to make a Poco lot probably. Won't be the first time I've done such a thing. Sinead O'Connor. That's probably a Booth record right there. Look at that. Annex, what the heck? The Smiths. Alright, now we're talking. This is a good box, huh? The Hobbit, okay. More Beatles, more Beatles, more Beatles. Yo, I mean, for $3.60, I mean, come on. Now, after you've seen up to this point, what are you thinking? I'm trying to get it so that I don't have to take all these out again, do twice the work, but I just want to show you all this little haul before I brought it all home and had to do all the work of processing it. Marley. More The Damned, man, you don't see that every day. I'm hoping that Walk On By might be on one of these records. I love that cover of Walk On By that they do. If you haven't heard that one, check that out. Familiar. Carlos Santana, that's right. Diver Down, Rolling Stones again. Y'all, this is a good lot. This is a good lot. Reseller, collector, whatever you want. Like, can't really deny that. The value is there. The value is there. Cult. Once again, not too familiar. Sounds punkish. Planet X. Tom Petty. Rolling Stones again. Boston. Alright, and we'll put this stuff back in here. And we'll just go through this last box quickly here. Maybe I'll put some in this red bin here. Try to just make this work for you. If you made it this far, definitely hit that like. And occasionally I will do videos like this, so definitely check out more. I've done videos in the past where I've gone over my hauls. I don't, by any means, I do not film every haul because that would just be ridiculous. I would never get anything done. But I just wanted to go through this haul for the first time with y'all. You know, like I said, bought mostly blindly. I went through and did some spot checks here and there and made sure the condition was all right, but I did not look at every record, because when you go through a record lot and you see it's mostly rock or it's mostly pop or hip hop, whatever, you're just, and you don't see any filler. I mean, guys, like, how much filler did you really see? Maybe a few percentile, up to 10% filler in this lot maybe, but it mostly looks like listable material for the most part. That, you know, it all adds up. It all adds up. Shit, I'm dropping records now. Dropping the product. Hold on. We gotta figure this one out. Thanks for waiting. All right, we're back. Alright, I'll quickly go through this box, and if I see anything notable, I'll bring it out, but it's definitely been fun going through this. Curious to know what y'all think about it. This is like the soul box, it looks like. Maybe some wrapping. Beach points, random. Quickly, because you know what? We've seen enough records, y'all, right? Alright, I gotta get this all home and listed. Maybe I'll skate first, because there is the skate park right there. Get a clip for the old neat junk. Anyway, y'all, buried in records. Let me know what you think. Neat junk, y'all. Freaking Torrington Townwide Tag Sale 2026 paid off. All it takes is one house. All it takes is one. All right, y'all, have a good one.